Right. So just find yourself a comfy sitting position. Good. And sitting with your eyes closed. Good. So taking your time to settle yourself, mind and body onto your mat. With each exhale, releasing any tension you might be holding. And feeling the weight down through the sitting bones. We start to root down and connect to the earth's core. See if you can visualize roots coming down from the base. So any part of you that's in contact with your mat. These roots working their way down through the floor, through the earth. Stretching right the way down to the center of the earth, to the earth's core. These roots wrapping themselves around this ball of light at the center of the earth. And as we connect down to the earth, drawing that energy from the center back up the roots. You can visualize this as a pure white light, making its way back up through the earth's crust, back up through the floor, coming all the way up into your body. From that grounded, connected space, with the inhale lengthening up, lifting through the crown of the head. So we start to connect from the crown of the head up towards the sun. You can visualize this pure line of light coming from the sun down to the core, back from the core of the earth, back up to the sun. Your physical and energetic body being connected to all of this. And as we move through our yoga practice, we're starting to create space in the physical body for that energy to flow freely. As we move into our first posture, or Sufi grind, this posture or movement starts to awaken that energy at the base of the spine. So keeping your focus down right at the root chakra at the base of the spine, bringing your hands to your knees. And moving with your breath as you inhale, bringing your chest forwards. Exhaling, circling around to the right and back. Inhaling left and forward. So keep moving in time with your breath. Keeping that connection down to the earth. So you start to draw the energy up the spine. Make these circles as big as you can. This is a really good practice for starting to warm up this fascia, the connective tissue in the body. It can be a bit sticky and a bit tight first thing in the morning. This is a really lovely movement to start to loosen it, to warm it up. As you're moving, you can feel into your body where it feels tight or stuck. Feel into the bits where there's space and movement. As we're moving, we want to keep that grounding, energetically keeping the grounding. So see if your breath is leading the movement or if the movement's sped up and the breath started to speed up. If it has, then see if you can slow it back down to match a natural or ujjayi breath. Good. And now we're going to change directions. So as you inhale, coming forwards, and exhaling around to the left and back. Inhaling right and forward. And see if you can make these circles bigger. Can you sweep your tummy down by the thighs? Taking it back, rounding through the spine. And then finishing the circle that you're on, come back to the center. Again, sitting up nice and tall, full deep breath in. And as you exhale, rooting down through the sitting bones. And so gently opening your eyes, come to lying on your back. And we're going to straighten the left leg down the mat and hug the right knee in towards your chest. So flexing the left foot back, pushing out through the heel. Placing the right hand onto the right knee. Left hand can place onto the front of the left hip and start to circle that right knee. So we stay grounded through the left side, through that left hip, the left leg. Just allowing the movement to come into the right hip. The direction of your circles. And then coming back to the midline, lowering the right leg down the mat and bringing the left knee in towards your chest. So anchor through this left side, start to ground through the back of the right leg, pushing out through the right heel. Left hand to left knee, right hand onto the front of the right hip, and start to circle the left knee. Good, and change the direction of the circles. Good, and coming back to the center. So lower the left foot to the mat and bring the right foot flat to the mat. So both feet hip distance, sitting the heels in close to the sitting bones, and bring your arms down by your side. So palms facing downwards. I'm going to press into the four corners of the feet and lift the hips halfway up off the mat, coming into bridge pose. So just a low bridge. We start to tilt through the pelvis and lengthen the spine. So on the exhale, you're going to tuck your tummy button back towards your spine and lengthen the tailbone towards the knees. Inhaling, releasing, so tilting the pelvis, dropping the tailbone towards the mat and arching the back. Exhaling, tummy button towards the spine. Inhaling to release. Small movements. If you feel like you want to go a little bit higher to do them, then you can start to take the hips up. Good. And on your next exhale, as you lengthen the spine, slowly lowering it down one vertebra at a time and coming to the mat. So we're going to straighten the left leg and then roll over onto our tummies, taking the right knee out to the side to hip height. So coming into a half frog. There's a 90-degree bend in the right hip and in the right knee, and coming up onto the elbows. So here, gently pressing the hands and the forearms down into the mat, and then drawing the shoulder blades together and into the back of your body. Lengthen through the left foot. So finding this gentle opening through the front of the body, through the hip. And then lowering yourself down to the mat. So straightening the right leg and taking the left knee out to the side. So again, this 90-degree angle in the hip and in the knee. And lifting back up onto the elbows. And then lowering yourself down to the mat. So bringing your legs together, hands under the shoulders, and push yourself up onto all fours. Good, so wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and moving into your cat-cow. So on the inhale, extending your spine. And as you exhale, rounding. And inhaling to extend. Exhaling to round. And keep moving with your breath. Good. And then come back to a neutral spine. So from here, we're going to make the movements a bit bigger. Bring the hands forward slightly. Tuck your toes under. So spread the toes nice and wide. And then extend the spine coming into your cow. So lifting the gaze, curling the sitting bones up. Then pressing into the hands and the feet. Lift the knees and push back into your downward dog. So working on that extension through the spine, knees bent if you want to. As you inhale, rounding your spine and coming forwards into a plank. Then bending the knees, coming back into your cow and pushing back into your downward dog. Inhaling, rounding through cat and coming into plank. Exhaling, pushing back into your downward dog. So it's this real ripple through the spine, circular motion. And one last time. And then lower down to your knees. Bring the knees and toes to touch. Stretch back into a child's pose. Keep the arms extended out in front of you. And relax your head down to the mat. So softening your breath. Each exhalation releasing tension. Good. Reaching forwards through the fingertips, pushing the sitting bones back. So we're looking to have an active child's pose, but without holding tension through the body. Finding that balance. Good. On the exhale, walk your hands over to the right side of the mat. Finding a gentle stretch through the left side. Good. Inhaling, come back to the center. And exhaling over to the left side. Good. Inhale, come back to the center. And lifting up onto all fours. Knees and feet to hip distance. Tuck your toes and push back into your downward dog. So again, finding that balance between an active pose and tension. Releasing tension, but staying active. Active through the hands, through the fingers, through the feet. Soft through the neck and through your face. And then walk your feet to the top of the mat. So coming into Uttanasana. And pressing down into your feet. A little bend into the knees. Roll yourself up to standing. And come up into Tadasana. And with your eyes either closed or softly open, just connecting down, rooting down through the feet. And connecting up through the crown of the head. So finding that beam of light. Good. And we inhale into Tadasana. Exhaling, bring your hands to Namaskar. Inhaling, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhaling, set the right foot back, lower the knee down, lifting the gaze. Exhaling, step back to your plank. Inhaling, lower the knees down. Exhaling, chest then chin. Inhale, lifting to cobra. Exhaling, push back to downward dog. Inhale, step the right foot forwards, lower the left knee down, lifting the gaze. Exhaling, step forwards to Uttanasana. Inhaling, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, hands to Namaskar. Inhale, into Tadasana. Exhaling, hands to Namaskar. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. So root down to lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, step the left foot back, lower the knee down, lift the gaze. Exhale, step back to your plank. Inhaling, lower the knees down. Exhaling, chest then chin. Inhaling, lift to cobra. Exhaling, back to downward dog. Inhaling the left foot forwards, right knee down, lift the gaze. Exhale, step forwards to Uttanasana. Inhaling, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, hands to Namaskar. Inhale into Tadasana and come back to your breath. Good. Again, inhaling into Tadasana. Exhaling, hands to Namaskar. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, step the right foot back, lower the knee down, lift the gaze. Exhale, step back to your plank. Inhaling, knees down. Exhaling, chest and chin. Inhaling, lift to cobra. Exhaling, push back to downward dog. Inhaling, step the right foot forwards, lower the left knee down, lift the gaze. Exhale, step forwards to Uttanasana. Inhaling, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, hands to Namaskar. Inhale, into Tadasana. Exhaling, hands to Namaskar. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, step the left foot back, lower the knee down, lift the gaze. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale, the knees down. Exhale, chest then chin. Inhaling, pull forwards and lift to cobra. Exhaling, push back to downward dog. Inhaling, step the left foot forwards, lower the right knee down, lift the gaze. Exhale, step forwards to Uttanasana. Inhaling, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, hands to Namaskar. Inhaling into Tadasana and come back to your breath. Observing any shifts in energy through your body. Maybe tight bits have released, maybe they're not budging. Just observing as the energy starts to move, to warm up. Good, and gently opening your eyes. Inhaling into Tadasana. Exhaling, hands to Namaskar. Inhale, sit back to Utkatasana. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, step the right foot back, lower the knee down, take the arms up. Exhaling, lowering your hands down, step back to plank. Inhaling, the knees down. Exhaling, chest and chin. Inhale, lifting to cobra. Exhaling, push back to downward dog. Inhaling, step the right foot between the hands, lower the left knee to the mat, take the arms up, Ananjayasana. Exhaling, lowering your hands down, step forwards to Uttanasana. Bend your knees, on your inhale, sweep your arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, come to standing, hands in Namaskar. Inhale, into Tadasana. Exhaling, hands to Namaskar. Inhale, sit down, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, the left foot back, knee down, take the arms up. Exhaling, lowering your hands down, step back to your plank. Inhaling, knees down. Exhaling, chest and chin. Inhaling, lift to cobra. Exhaling, back to downward dog. Inhaling, the left foot forwards, right knee down, take the arms up. Exhaling, lowering your hands down, step forwards to Uttanasana. Bend your knees on your inhale, sweep your arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to Namaskar. Inhaling into Tadasana and come back to your breath. Good. Inhaling into Tadasana. Exhaling, hands to Namaskar. Inhale, sit back, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, extending the arms up, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, step back to plank. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, chest then chin. Inhale, lift forwards, pull up into cobra. Exhaling, push back to downward dog. Inhaling the right foot forwards, lower the left knee down, taking the arms up. Exhaling, hands down, step forwards to Uttanasana. Bend your knees on your inhale, sweep your arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, come to standing, hands in Namaskar. Inhaling into Tadasana. Exhaling, Namaskar. Inhale, sit back, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling the left leg back, knee down, take the arms up. Exhaling, lowering your hands down, step back to plank. Inhaling the knees down. Exhaling, chest and chin. Inhale, lifting to cobra. Exhaling, back to downward dog. Inhaling the left foot forwards, right knee down, take the arms up. Exhaling, hands down, step forwards, Uttanasana. Bend your knees on your inhale, sweep your arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, come to standing, hands in Namaskar. Inhaling into Tadasana. Close your eyes and come back to your breath. Good, so gently opening your eyes. I'm going to step the left foot back and turn to face the long edge of the mat. And turn your toes out, about 45 degrees. But put a little soft bend in your knees and just see where your knees and toes go. You want them going in the same direction. So active through the feet, pushing down through the four corners. See if you can externally rotate through the thighs. So we're trying to roll the thighs back and out. Good. Inhaling, taking your arms up. And as you exhale, bending your knees, coming down into your goddess pose. So bring the hands in front of the heart center. Good. So here, notice if the body's tipping forward. See if you can sit up tall and find that external rotation more through the legs. Push down into the ball of the little toe on each foot to help with it. Feel into the burn. If the thighs have started to burn, see if you can soften into it. Good. And then pressing down into your feet, straighten the legs. Good. And heel toe, or jump or step the feet together and come back into Tadasana. Good. So again, take a wide step on the mat. And this time turning the right toes out to 45 degrees. And have the right heel in line with the middle arch of the left foot. Then taking the arms up to shoulder height. Soften around the shoulders. So pulling up through the legs. See if you can hug into the midline. As you inhale, reaching forwards over the right foot. So we're just trying to stay in that long line. And on the exhale, opening out into Trikonasana. Good. So keeping the back of the neck nice and long. Turn your gaze up towards your top hand. Try and find length between this right hip and the right armpit. So trying to stop that right side collapsing. Good, and then press down into your feet, and your inhale, come back up to standing. And lower the arms down by your side. So turn the feet. So the right toe is turning in, the left toe is turning out. And working on that external rotation through the left leg. So you want the knee and the toe going in the same direction. So floating the arms up to shoulder height. As you inhale, reaching over the left leg. So finding that length from the left hip to the left armpit, and then opening out into Trikonasana. Back of the neck long, and then turn the gaze up towards the top hand. So keep rooting down through the feet and reaching up through that top arm, taking the eye line up towards the hand. Good. Then pressing into your feet, inhaling, coming back up. Heel toe or step or jump the feet together and come back into Tadasana. So take a moment to root down through the feet. Grow those energetic roots back down to the center of the earth. So feeling that stability as you stand in mountain pose. That stability through the feet and lengthening up through the crown of the head as we connect up towards the sun. And then bring your hands to your hips. So fixing your gaze on a point in front of you, just a few feet in front of your mat or something on the wall. Transfer the weight to the left foot. Lift the right knee out in front. So flexing the right foot back. Open the right knee out to the side, keeping the hips facing forwards. And then kick that right heel forwards to help with the external rotation of the thigh. And bring the foot to rest onto the inside of the thigh or the shin. You can even go to the floor and just have the heel rested onto the ankle. Bring the hands in front of the heart center. So here, see if you can lift out of the standing leg. So we're rooting down to rise up. Inhaling, taking the arms up. So take whichever variation feels right for you today. If it's pinchy in the shoulders, have the hands slightly wider. Otherwise, you can interlace the fingers, have the finger pointing up, or take a mudra. Press the right foot, so connect that right foot into the standing leg. If you want to, you can lift your gaze. As you lift the gaze, make sure you keep connected to the standing foot. Good. And then bring your hands in front of your heart center. So turn the right knee to face forwards. And then step down and come into Tadasana. So again, feel the movement of energy as you release. Good. And then transferring the weight onto the right leg. So hands to the hips, fixing your gaze. Bring the left knee out in front. Flex the toes back. Open the left knee out to the side, keeping the hips squared off to the long edge of the mat. Kick the left heel forwards, and then bring the foot onto the inside of the thigh. Hands in front of the heart center into prayer. Lifting out of that standing leg as you push into the foot Rooting down, and inhale to take the arms up. So see if you can lift the gaze away from the floor, taking it maybe to the wall in front of you, to eye line, or maybe taking it up towards the ceiling. As we start to lift the gaze, we take the energy up. So we need to root down through that standing leg and stay grounded. And then bring your hands in front of your heart center into prayer. Turn the left knee to face forwards. And then release down and come into Tadasana and close your eyes and feel. Good. And then from here, opening your eyes, come down to sitting on your mat. And extend your legs out in front of you. So we're trying to sit up tall. Finding a neutral tilt for the pelvis, which if like me, your hamstrings are like rocks today, you might need a little bend in your knees. But finding length through the spine. And then bend your right knee. So we're going to cross the right foot over the left leg. And then take the right hand behind. Inhaling, reaching up through the left arm. And as you exhale, twisting around to the right and turning the gaze over the right shoulder. So using your right hand to gently press away from the floor, finding a little bit more lift. Keeping the connection down through the sitting bones, those roots connected down, and the crown of the head lengthening up. Good. Then inhaling, come back to face forward. Good. So uncrossing the leg. Place the sole of the right foot onto the inside of the left thigh. Good. And sit up nice and tall. Inhaling, taking the right arm up. And as you exhale, folding forwards, reaching the hand towards the outside edge of the shin or the foot. My hamstrings have no give, so I'm not going for my foot right now. But if you can reach the outside edge of the foot, go for it. Otherwise, hands to the shin or the knee. With each exhale, let tension melt away. And then on your inhale, come back up. So we're going to straighten the right leg. And bring the left foot across the right thigh. Sitting up nice and tall. So take the left hand behind you on the mat. And come onto the fingertips. Inhaling, reaching up through the right arm. And exhale to twist. So root down through both sitting bones, lengthen up through the crown of the head, and turn the gaze over the left shoulder. And then on your inhale, come back to face forwards. So placing the sole of the left foot onto the inside of the right thigh. Inhaling, taking the left arm up. And on your exhale, folding forwards. Good. So hand coming to rest to the outside of the foot or the shin. And softening with each exhalation. Good. And then inhaling, come up to sitting. Good. So from here, I want you to find a comfortable sitting position. So we're going to close with a little meditation that a friend of mine sent me a couple of days ago. And it was a really beautiful meditation for connection and for letting go. It's called Surrendering to the Void. So get yourselves comfy on the mat, sitting up with a nice tall spine, whether that's cross-legged or any other way. If you want to sit against a wall, you can. But don't close your eyes. So surrendering to the void. I surrender anything and everything without fear, as anything resonated with my highest truth will remain. I create a shaft of light from the great essential sun to form a fire of purification and renewal in my space. And I anchor this to the Earth star at the planet's core. I put into the brilliant bonfire all of the unfulfillments, incomplete tasks and obligations, unsupportive relationships, and people I no longer keep up with. I feel my lightness. I build a pile of my hurts and wounds, unrequited loves, sacrifices, abandonments, broken hearts, and all other hearts I have broken, and place these into the fire. My heart is now ready and cleansed for activating the one heart. I build a pile of all my roles since my first incarnation. All roles, i.e. mother, father, child, lover, angel, guide, healer, my divine mission, all religious and spiritual associations, and my personal power. I put these into the bonfire and erase all hooks into duality. I build a pile, all the things I would like to keep, all my possessions, belongings, qualities, skills, powers, friends, family, loved ones, career, and my name. I place these two into the bonfire. I then place destiny and myself in the bonfire, and I burn away to the core. I experience the luxury of being and having nothing. As no role as fire burns away slowly, I become wide open and free and will not look back into anything old. I know that I am stripped to my core self, recalibrated with rewritten inner scripts. I stand right where I am at this moment and accept my journey. Everything is absolutely perfect. I let go of any imagined outcome or goal. I look at my life right now to see what evolutionary triggers are there. Lessons abound in the now. Good. So we're just going to sit with that for the next 5 minutes, or if you want to come into Shavasana, then you can. So if you're in Shavasana, just slowly start to move your body. And very gently make your way up to sitting. And bring your hands in front of your heart center into prayer. We'll close the class chanting 3 Oms together. So taking a nice deep breath in. Fully exhale. And inhale for Om. 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 So gently bow our heads. Namaste.